The other one was this response has been this scale up, staff down. So USA Today in some ways was the most similar media company that we went to Media 24. It was at least most similar to Netwerk. They've got a network of newsrooms. They've got 4,000 reporters. So they basically go into small local and regional papers, they buy them, and then they reduce the staff account. They try and make it a more profitable little business, and then with 100 newsrooms. And then they have a centralized data, that's a data journalism team. So there's a centralized team of data journalists who produce content that is relevant to all these smaller local and regional publications, which, unlike us, have maintained their websites. So all of these little guys, the local papers, have still run their own websites. And there you can see their whole thing is they build stories for social first, then for platform, then for print. And this was actually from their news media, their morning diary meeting. It was like at 8 o'clock in the morning. There were about 40 people in the room, in the centralized room, and I know they all look like they've got their backs to each other, but there were other people on all of these monitors. So all the various newsrooms from around the States were all calling in for a 1-hour morning meeting, and it was fast. So they went really, really fast. Their efficiency was amazing. And then up above them, everywhere, there's just this data. It's just, so it's mostly from Chartbeat, but it's all just who's are reading what story, which one's trending right now. It's a large amount of data in their faces all the time. They looked particularly, which I think is interesting for Netwerk, at this idea of looking at national stories that with driven by data that could then be applied at a regional and a local level. This guy was interesting. The guy sitting there on the left, he's Kevin Gensel. He's the Chief Revenue Officer at USA Today. And he'd come from Silicon Valley, from a sort of ad sales background. That's where he'd come from. And his thing was, for every new dollar we get in online advertising, Google and Facebook get 80 cents. So we need to build out an evangelical story to compete. We have to build our brand, and because we have done this now, we have healthy ad growth. Today we have the majority of our revenue coming from digital. So when it talks about their brand, so USA Today knows that they can't really compete with New York Times and the Washington Post as this kind of quality, serious publications. So their brands were around breaking news and regional stories. So they've gone, this is what we do. These are the stories that we're interested in.
Here's some news from serious publications. So
goodness knows why she suddenly came on.